Welcome one and all to this online rally called Take Back America, which is being held today, Sunday, on May 25, 2025, which is also the day before Memorial Day, which is going to be observed on May 26, 2025. May 25 actually has a very significant meaning for the United States. The United States was founded by the signing of 13 colonies, at least, by the document called Declaration of Independence, in which it is mentioned that all men are created equal and endowed by the Creator with rights, inalienable rights. Then it says to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It also states that the government that was being established at that time, almost 250 years ago, is held to account so that they take care of the well-being of its citizens. And that in the case when it does not happen, that the people have the right to alter the government. This happens every few years in this great country by the process of selecting and electing various leaders. A few years later, after the founding of this great country, by the Declaration of Independence that took place on July 4, 1776, there was a constitutional convention that was held to come up with the rules and the charter of how this great country will operate. So there was a constitutional convention that took place from May 25, 1787 to September 27 of the same year. So 250 years later, we need to wonder, we need to ask this question: how is the state of the union? How are we doing as Americans? This is my adopted country, and I have enjoyed the benefits of living in this great country. But 250 years later, almost, it seems like democracy and the freedoms that we have taken for granted are threatened. What is the question that needs to be asked for all of us? We need to do our own soul searching to figure out what is happening. There is no doubt when we read the news and the events of the day, almost every day, every minute, that something is happening that is greatly troubling and traumatizing, not only this country, not only its economy, not only its social well-being, but even by extension, the entire world. Let me share this again about where we are, especially this Memorial Day weekend, and ask the question about where we wish to go. Let us remember to honor the sacrifice of those who have given their lives to preserve and protect 250 years of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness by the rule of law. The question that we need to ask now is, can we, the people, take America back to the rule of law, due process, and to the golden rule of caring for one another's well-being? Are we willing to do whatever it takes to understand and to commit to what makes this country great. Truly, exceptionally great. America has contributed so much to the world. But now, where we stand, both as a people and as citizens, ideological or political spectrum. The red cap, and this is called Coca-Cola. I like Coca-Cola. There is also this drink that I found which has the blue cap, which is Pepsi. I like that too. And so I'm going to taste each and see if there is any difference. They seem to taste almost the same. And so by extension, we can say the red and blue sides of the political or ideological spectrum, in the end, have the same kind of aspirations of freedom, liberty, justice, prosperity, taking care of one another, though we may have different labels. There are differences, no doubt. We cannot ignore that. But with the differences that are there, what is the point? We're all different in one sense, but we're also the same. Is it possible to come to the center? Is it possible to come to the middle for the sake of common good, so that we all can benefit from the greatness of this country? And so I can say that I would like to mix both of these drinks and see what happens. Cheers on this Memorial Day weekend. So I mixed both Pepsi and Coca-Cola. I'm going to taste and see if it's any better or if it's the same. Well, it's almost the same. We also have a right hand and a left hand. Are they the same? No, one is on the right, one is on the left. But if we join those hands together in a symbol of working together, this represents friendship or coming together. We can lift each other, we can go far, we can do things that will benefit all of us. So the red, white, and blue is part of the same flag. This glass where I mixed red and blue drinks, so to speak, can symbolize white, purity, peace. As we know, every bird has a left and a right wing. So without the right and left wings, a bird cannot fly. Without the right and left legs that we have, we cannot walk. And so these are joined to the body that we all have, profound, that though there can be brought together to the center to make the whole body work and function, go forward rather than stagnate. So again, the question I'm asking is, as Liberty, as Lady Liberty mourns right now, in light of all that is happening, can we, the people, take America back to the rule of law, due process, justice, fairness? Or will we continue to let whatever is happening right now that is tearing us apart continue the way it is happening? Here is Bruce Springsteen in great pain, mourning for his great country, the legendary musician who has been accused of being a traitor. All that he is saying and all that everyone is saying is simply one thing, that there should be hope and unity, but there cannot be hope unless we are united and unified in the same pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. For a man who has given so much to be crying like this, what does it say about the rest of the people? There are so many needlessly suffering. The economy is in a state of shock and uncertainty. Who are benefiting from all this? Why is it that only some people can benefit and not everybody else? If you read the news every day, it's the same thing. There's no hope. It feels absolutely hopeless. We're all living in fear of what will happen. Is this the way to live? So again, I'm asking this question. What is it that we can do to come back, to make our leaders come back, to those who we have elected, to this great country where we pay taxes, where people work hard? What will it take for us to stop fighting with each other? Why can't we fight for one another? If we fight with each other, we have everything to lose. Whereas if we fight for one another, we have everything to gain. Should we now just give up and go our separate ways? Benjamin Franklin said this very eloquently. We can hang together or hang separately. It seems like we are hanging separately in our own misery, in our own fear. What does it take to come back together? You may be wondering, who am I? Well, I could be nobody or somebody trying whatever I can to bring awareness to a very simple truth, that unless we come together, our future is hopeless. I came with this idea called CONVEN, which is based on the idea of coming together. CONVEN is based on this other word called convene or meet. Unless we are able to meet first one another, we cannot do anything to change for the better. And so conven.org was established or created to find ways for we the people from anywhere can come together and work together on any particular project, whether it is economic, political, social, whatever it is, to make things better for each other. The slogan is Act to Change. So CONVEN means meet together to change things for the better for one another. Is that something that we can do or must do now in light of what is happening? We will not be given any kind of a handout to make things better for each other. We have to do it both individually and collectively, using whatever ideas or resources we have to come together, to make things work out for one another. If not, nobody else will do it for us. We cannot keep looking to politicians and leaders, even though they have their place, to do anything for us. So the idea of conven.org was established to do that. In fact, if it works out, the same approach of us being able to come together on any goal to make a change can work out for other places around the world. Please go to conven.org and see what is happening, or how we are trying to make that happen if we are successful. And so I got this idea of this particular theme, which is also called Take Back America, with simple but unique hand gestures. Take Back America. Okay, you heard that theme already. You can use it to come up with your own dance moves or whatever and post online to spread this message of bringing America back to what it is that makes it work, which is everyone working together based on the rule of law and due process. How long can we live in fear like this? Is it acceptable that people needlessly are being victimized? States are being victimized, the whole economy, our whole social fabric is being affected this way. Should we live in freedom? And to do that, we have to come together so that we can solve any problem in the right way. There is a very simple solution to all that we are facing, which is listed in the Bible, Matthew 5. It says in Matthew 5, verse 43, ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. Verse 44, but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despisefully use you and persecute you. Shouldn't Christians be known to practice this in every way, no matter our differences? The solution to the differences that we may have is this. Jesus set the example of loving his enemies. He did not vanquish his enemies even though when he was being put on the cross. Can we not follow that now? Can we not make that a part of our active political and social behavior? If not, what do you think will happen? Self-destruction is inevitable if we hate one another because of our differences. There are so many problems to be solved, whether it is called this or that, whether it is immigration, corruption, violence. All this can be resolved in a way that is actually based on this principle of taking care of one another's well-being, no matter our differences. We cannot keep on fighting against each other like brothers in arms and expect that there will be peace. In the end, we have to lay down our arms, join hands, left and right, walk together, left and right. Whatever drink you may like, pour it into this one glass of unity, of being unified, so that we can do things that are greater than ever accomplished in this country or any other country. All the particular problems that we are facing, whether it is one thing or the other, can only be resolved this way, that unless we come together, there will not be any progress. Benjamin Franklin also said that here is the republic if you can keep it. Can we keep our freedoms if we constantly live in fear of one another? The solution is to come together. I hope that this platform of CONVEN.org can at least give this idea that when we have the opportunities, especially in this time and age of great prosperity and great technological innovations happening, to be able to come together and extend that particular benefit of prosperity, especially to everyone, not just only those who can afford it. After all, those who are prosperous and those who are at the very top, what is their responsibility? After all, those who are rich became rich because of the hard work of those who are poor or in the middle class. The least you can do, I'm appealing to those who are rich, those who are well off, those who have the ability, those who have the influence, to try to convince those who may be misled, whether it is this leader or that leader, I will not name anyone in particular, that our support, their support should not be given to those who are not playing according to the rule of law or the well-being of this great country. How can this country survive if there is infighting? There cannot be peace at home or abroad when this country and its diverse people are so hopelessly, ideologically, or politically, or socially divided and unwilling to come together. Nobody can solve this problem for any one of us. We will be here today and gone tomorrow. What is the legacy that we are willing to live for others? The Bible very clearly says it doesn't matter if you make all the money in the world, but if you lose your own soul. Are we able, seriously, at this time of great trauma to this great country, great uncertainty, why is it that we cannot come together to solve whatever problem there is? How can we think we can get by slashing everybody or everybody's way of living or whatever it is? If there is abuse in any way, we can come together to resolve it correctly and not exploit one another, not exploit one another's weakness. That is the principle that humanity can live together. So I'm asking you to consider this particular principle. Me, I don't have any name or fame or any standing. Nobody may be watching this. Hopefully somebody will watch it. But the solution to the problems that America is facing are very simple, if we are willing to use that solution, which is we have to care for one another. Nobody else will care for us if you're not going to care for one another. If you love your enemy, what do you think will happen? That very person whom you hate can become your friend, can become an ally to solving the great problems of the world. We are eating from the same land. We are breathing the same air. We're enjoying the same sunshine. God created us in His image. Therefore, we are of the same ancestry. We are of the same family. God has clearly said that we should be our brother's keepers. Whether it is Christianity or any other religion or faith, we can put our best forward of at least caring for one another. Who do you think will lose if we exercise this principle of caring for one another, which is the golden rule? If we want to have a golden tomorrow, the golden rule should be first practiced. I just so wish that people of all faiths are not divided on this particular principle of caring for one another. If you are created, if you believe that God created us, then we need to act godly. If we trust in God, then we should act in the way that God wants us to act, which is He gave His own life to show one thing, that even though He created everything, that He humbled Himself so that we can see where the power is, which is in humility. I'm invoking the spirit of Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, of non-violent protest in order to bring about a change in that great country called India. I would like to invoke even the spirit of Martin Luther and so many others, because of whose actions, civil rights, and all the great things that characterize especially this great country has greatly benefited from. This country is benefiting because of those who work and do not get well paid and pay their taxes. They may not be documented. I'm not justifying being undocumented, but this country is benefiting from all the work that is going on day in and day out by those who don't have as much. All they're trying to do is get by, live for another day, support their families. There's a way to solve the illegal immigration problem. There's a correct and a humane way to do it. Why should people be threatened? Why should students be threatened with their visas revoked? Harvard and these other colleges, why? Great universities. They have contributed so greatly to the progress and well-being, the health and science and whatnot to this country. I just don't understand how anyone can go after them, trying to cut off their source of revenue or operation or whatever it is that they're depending on. Can we not turn to humanity? Can we not inspire our leaders? I'm appealing to the leader of this country for the sake of our own souls, for the sake of freedom, for the sake of the well-being of all people. Can we not practice kindness, compassion? If we believe that America is a Christian country, can we not practice the Christian principles, especially found in the Beatitudes? Matthew 5. Can we not, like so many great examples of leaders and activists and politicians that went before us and are still living among us, practice this simple principle of humility, putting each other first? That's what the Bible says. Jesus became the servant of servants to save our souls, SOS. I'm appealing to the Senate from both sides of the aisle, red or blue. Same thing with Congress. Can we not practice voluntarily these principles that will bring greater results for the prosperity and the well-being, even for those who already have, that don't need any more? I'm appealing to those who have the money, who have the influence of leadership or whatever it is, whether in media, technology, whatever. I'm appealing as a single person. Let us hold ourselves accountable to that which can make this country truly function properly. Things can work out better if we simply follow this example that has been set, even by our own Creator, Jesus. He did not get rid of his enemies the minute they started ill-treating him. We can talk with one another. That's why this effort, which I'm calling it CONVEN, it is when we come together. Let's talk with one another. Let us hear one another. Let us hear what our souls are saying. God has put consciousness in every human being. Every human being has been made in the image of God, no matter any religion or faith or persuasion, whether you believe in God or not. It doesn't matter. We have been given the ability to empathize, to come together, to lift up one another, like the Good Samaritan that is in the Bible. I'm sure there are great examples in other faiths too. Who is stopping us from doing all these things? And so I had this great idea of having this rally, which I originally called We Shall Overcome Rally, or We Rally. And I made a flyer, and I thought there can be a great rally, especially today, May 25, 2025, because of its historical significance of the first constitutional convention that was held way back when the country was being formed. And so I even went to the National Park Service to get a permit, at least for 30 people to protest or go and pray for the freedom of this great country to be preserved about 2-3 months ago. But I was not given, because I was told that something else is happening there that will prevent us from doing it. But who knows if that's really true or not. But anyway, this is what I want to do. Just like Martin Luther King, we shall overcome. We still have that ability to overcome anything. That dream that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther had. So I thought we'll have a physical rally today, but I was not given. And so I even naively sent this idea and program idea to many politicians and others to see if they'll help make this happen. Well, I did not get a response. Well, it's okay. Who am I? I'm nobody here. I'm just trying to do something better. Our goal is to do things better for each other. And the only way it can happen is if we can conven together. After all, Abraham Lincoln, he gave his life for, because of the Union. He took bold steps to end slavery. Many didn't like it. It is very sad. Many lost their lives. So the question I'm coming back to all of us, my friends, my worthy friends, whether you're on this side or that side, is can we not come together? Let's convene. Let's convene and resolve whatever it is, but based on the rule of law. Otherwise, who do you think will suffer? God is not going to intervene in this conflict. God already gave the solution to most of the problems that are there. No doubt there is sin or wrongdoing or transgression of the law. That is called sin, according to the Bible. When we transgress the law, what do you think will happen? There will be lawlessness, discord, fear. Men, women, everybody has been given this great ability to choose between right and wrong. We don't need to live in fear by trying to put each other down. Somebody asks, who are you? What is all this about? All this about is only one thing: to put that knife down, to give something of value to one another. Let us treat each other with value. I'm saying who I am. I can tell you who I am. What does it matter? The great talk show hosts or leaders or anybody, the rich people or they're not going to solve this problem of, divisiveness, of bigotry or racism or hating each other. All these negative things that are there, we are all capable of choosing this way or that way, either good for better or evil for worse. A good result will not happen if we choose that which is not good. If we are going to go and knock ourselves on any wall, we are only going to hurt ourselves. There is only so much anybody can do or say. We can put our swords down, just like Jesus told Peter to put his sword down. And Jesus told Peter very clearly, we all know this story. If you live by the sword, You will die by the sword. If you live by hate, ultimately it'll consume you. Your soul will be in danger of eternal loss. It doesn't sound good for me to say this. I'm just a simple person here. So who am I? I can take off all my this costume here. You can call me Indian Uncle Sam. That's fine, whatever you want to call me. But today I'm making this time to appeal to everyone, high and low, everyone in between, that we have the ability to put aside our differences, to come together, no matter any difficulty. If man can accomplish so much, going to the moon, AI, whatever it is, what do you think are the prospects of us being able to solve any problem, whether it is corruption, stealing, lying, looting, whatever? We all have to be on the same side. Unless we are on the same side, what do you think will happen? Again, I'm saying, we can hang separately and continue in our own way and think that somehow this is going to end up in a good place, or we can hang together. The choice is ours. So can we take back America to a better place than what it is today? The very state I'm living in, and I'm sure this applies to many other states, we're not in a good state. Things are going from bad to worse. It's like a whack-a-mole kind of situation. If there's one hole you want to fill or hold back from overwhelming or drowning us, there are other holes to fill. This is not something that any of us should be willing to or wish to live in. We have to make a choice now. If you don't make the choice now, nobody can force or will be able to bring anything miraculously or magically from wherever. We can pray all we want, but God has created us in his image so that we can understand how things work. We have better senses. Let us listen to our better senses. We have to love one another, despite our differences. Things are not going to work out this way, the way it is going on. And I'm hoping, and I'm desperately trying in my spirit. I cry whenever I see so many people, so much happening for no good reason. Even I'm not doing well. All my stocks are down. I don't know when it'll come back up. We are reading bad news every day. I'm wondering, when is the good news going to come? When can we lay down our weapons? We cannot be living in a state of war forever. After all, we live for a certain time. We are getting old. We have to inspire one another and say, let us not think that whatever the challenge may be is impossible to overcome unless we put down each other. Let us realize that this country has greatly benefited America for all these hundreds of years from those who have contributed, whether or not they were documented. Again, I'm not trying to justify any bad thing, but any bad thing can be made better if we come together. A bad thing cannot be made better if we use bad judgment or engage in, simplistic categorizing those problems, whether it is immigration or whatever else it is, drug use or human trafficking. Everything can be resolved. After all, we are sinners, and so these things will happen. No doubt, they'll keep on happening. But we cannot use the knife all the time in order to come to a proper and respectable and something that will truly be beneficial to all, whether it is in this country or any other country. The war and the fighting that is going on wherever else need not happen. But we have to come together, unified and united under one platform, whether it is this or anything else. How long can we go on protesting? There are benefits to that. How long can we expect that there'll be legal challenges, and then again those challenges will be challenged? And is this the kind of life that anybody wants to live? Is this the kind of country where there is great turmoil and nothing is settled? Is this the way we can live? So my rally, my contribution is simply this, to say, let us take back what makes this country great, which is due process, which is the rule of law, and of course all these other things that can be summarized with the simple thing of caring for one another. Let us act to change, to make things better together for one another. The right and left are part of the same body. They're not going to suddenly separate from each other. A bird cannot fly with only one wing. You cannot function well with only one hand. There are 5 fingers in each hand. Each hand with those 5 fingers have different sizes. They're not the same, but yet they're connected to the same part of the body. So my appeal is simply this: can we not go back? So cheers. Let us follow the example of Abraham Lincoln. Let us hear one another. Lady Liberty is in mourning. When I see this picture, I'm truly heartbroken, honestly. Why? Why should we be in mourning? And so, my friends, no matter what our differences are, we can live in a better way than what is going on right now. Let us be honest about it. This is not going to end well. This is my appeal. I'm not here to castigate anyone, say bad words against anyone. We are all made in the image of God, including our leaders. My appeal to the leaders is this: let us go back to the rule of law. We are not going to suffer in any way if we do that. At least it'll reduce the suffering of the many. This country benefits and stands on the hard work of those who have nothing almost. So the least we can do is try to be just, try to reward them, give them of what especially the wealthy have. All the wealthy people should really look to saying it loudly, just like Bruce Springsteen, who has no need to cry or, do anything like what he's doing. His soul, look into what he is saying. Isn't that what we all also can say? So I'm asking especially the leaders on the opposite side, whatever you may consider as opposite. God wants us to take care of one another. Why? Because we are of the same family. We have come from the same place. And though we are suffering because of the mistakes of many, or the sins, or the transgressions, or the wrongs, these can be righted because God has given the light of how life, liberty, and happiness can work, which is to take care of one another. We have to humble ourselves. We should not be engaged in bad-mouthing one another, putting down one another. What kind of happiness? How can you live that way? Maybe there is money to be made in this kind of entertainment kind of way of how things are happening, this media entertainment based on all this. never-ending conflict, whether it's on this platform or that platform, this TV or that social networking, or even church, even families, friends, and forever engaged in this, divisiveness and all that. Why can't we use our energies to something better? I hope that whatever I'm saying, I'm taking all this time to say something, that it can make some difference somewhere. It's simply based on the same principle, the golden rule, that when we love one another, when we care for one another, no matter our differences, we'll end up in a better place. Things can be changed for the better. I hope somebody's listening. I hope you will consider what Lady Liberty is all about. I hope you will consider and remember to honor the sacrifice of those who have given their lives to protect 250 years of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But it can only happen by the rule of law and justice and fairness. It cannot happen in any other way. We have to look out for one another. So my appeal again is, I'm saying this over and over and over again. Let us lay down our arms. Let us give a chance for the good to work out among us, our churches. In fact, I naively invited, Johns Hopkins and this church and that church, and say, hey, let's have an online rally. I want to find out if we can hear each other's stories. I see all the protests going on, and I'm sure, that will keep going on. And I hope that things can change for the better. But I invited many. But of course, I understand not everyone wants to show their faces or their voices, which is fine. And so I ended up doing this myself. I'm just one single person. So each single person can make a difference. Each single person makes we the people. Let's hang together. We can put our best foot forward. All the churches, political ideologies, and all these things, can come together. All these people, whether it's in TV or whatnot, give some time, at least 5 minutes or 1 hour, of finding ways to work together. We cannot live in a perpetually some kind of a reality show. It has become like a reality horror show. Is it not? Or am I mistaken? Tell me if everything is working out well. I want to find a way to, bring this message, I don't know, often. I don't know if I can do it, but this is a message which doesn't have to be repeated. We have to come together. Let us come. When we meet physically, many times, actually all the time, we can understand each other. Let us hear one another. Let us be empathetic. Let's not just only put our own interests first. Can we not practice that which can bring us into a better place? And so I wish all, one and all, whoever is watching this, that we will take one step towards making a difference. One step for man, so to speak. One step for anyone who will take the right step towards dispelling hate, bigotry, whatever it is that is dividing us, will be a great step for democracy and for the rule of law that will benefit all of us, so that we can live in peace and not at war. And so I wish you all the best, my friends, whoever you are, whichever side you are on. Let us come together. Let's CONVEN to change things for the better for one another. Thank you.